Before we begin, thank you very much to Medium Convoy for joining the Patreon campaign. Thank you very much for playing along with the joke. Thank you very much for the contribution. Very, very much appreciated. There's only so many sizes. Like, you can't just keep coming up with different sizes of convoy. I know someone might try, but there's only so many on the menu. When we get up to Venti Convoy, I think that's going to be the cap. So let's just, we will keep it calm, okay? But thank you very much for the contribution. Welcome to Monday, our last news roundup of the year. And I'm not going to lie, kind of an uneventful one. Because there really isn't, there's not a whole lot since we just passed Christmas and everything. Not a whole lot of news going on, but things we can talk about. For instance, Takara just announced that going into 2026, we're going to get a new round of energy beasts for Transformers Wild King. This is something of a surprise to me because I believe on the 6th, they're going to air the final episode of the web series, so there isn't going to be a cartoon to promote said releases. However, we are getting 4 more in the form of what's being called Drag Knights. These are dark repaints of 4 of the existing ones. So we've got Leafback, Ignite Leo, Spiritomon, and Thunderbeak, all done up in darker color schemes to represent what it would be like if World Dragonis had taken them over. So it's a neat set. It's a neat set. They've definitely gone a lot more bold with the color schemes, you know. So bright yellow and black, always going to look really cool. You can also notice they changed up the element type. So now Leafback is electric, which goes into that color scheme. There's a very electric color scheme with the blue. And while all of these are designed to work with World Dragon, World Dragnus, while it's all designed to work with that, obviously it combines with everyone in the toy line any way you want. I will point out that because one of these is a flyer, because one of these can form a wing pack, that does mean that you can put one of these with, say, your, let's see, what was it? Well, what did they call it? Your Nemesis Prime, or I want to say Nightmare Megatron, whatever they called the black repaint. Since they only came with 1 beast each, these make for a really good way of giving a full team of 5 to one of your repaints. And it makes sense because it's all evil. I really like the new color scheme on Spiritomon, but then again, yeah, it's green and black with a hit of yellow. That's one of my favorite color schemes. That's just gorgeous looking. Absolutely beautiful color scheme. And then, yeah, we have Thunderbeak, who's apparently stone type, even though they fly. That's fun. Yeah, so it gives you more options for the toy line, which is cool. And the whole fun of this toy line is how many options it provides. It's a very imagination-driven toy set. So I'm happy to see more, even if they're just in the form of repaints. Harder to get now. Don't know if I would go after them myself, but cool to know that more exist. And hopefully they are easier to come by in the future. So that's on the way. That I'm looking forward to. And like I said, the final episode, I believe, comes out January 6th. There's no way to see it in the US at the moment because they region locked the last 5 episodes. But there will be ways. We'll be talking about it when it is available. Now, let's also talk about this. Someone got their hands on the upcoming Bumblebee Cliffjumper Missing Link set. This is the repaint version with brand new heads to be more cartoon accurate. And they look pretty good. Like, I'm actually shocked at how much of a difference it makes. So this gives you, like, because we've had retools of the previous Bumblebee reissues to kind of give us like an idea of what the Bumblebee toy would look like with a more accurate head. This is the first time Cliffjumper has gotten the same treatment. So let's see if we can look at, yeah, there we go. So we've got translucent plastic in the windows, which is a first for that mold. We've got far more cartoon accurate heads. I will point out the Bumblebee head sculpt is brand new. It is not the sculpt that they used for the retool. What I think I like the best is the fact that the arms are also painted. I did not expect that, and it actually looks really, really good. Especially the gray on Cliffjumper. Like, I like that I like them including such a detail because it does do a much better job of setting him and Bumblebee apart when the arms have such different colorations to them. You can even see they have retooled Cliffjumper to have those thicker shoulders, which is not necessary for them to do, but it's kind of cool that they did. Like, that gives him a very different silhouette from Bumblebee. That actually looks really nice. That almost scales. That's impressive, actually. Yeah, and that's how big Spike should be compared to Bumblebee, but he never is. He never is. They do look really, really cool. Now, for me, I like the more, like, I like the vibe of, it's the original toy, but with more articulation. So it's not the set for me, but I will admit, they look really, really nice. They look really, really nice. Oh, I love the shot of the original there too. Yeah, you can see they've done this from scratch. Everything is brand new on that head sculpt. Yeah, these are just really, really nice figures. Maybe a little bit simple for the price, but the novelty's great. The novelty's great, and I do really like the repaints. So, very, very nice. Very, very nice. If you didn't get your hands on the first round, good chance to get them now. So, remember all those multi-packs that we were getting from Hasbro China for all the combiners? Well, now we have a really good look at the Devastator one. So, it is what it was before. So, it's the standard releases all packed together. In Devastator's case, they all came in like a rolling tote bag, like a small suitcase you take to an airport, except in Devastator colors. But the box inside to store all of your figures looks like the vintage gift set box. The English one specifically, which is interesting for a Chinese release. Inside is a foam insert that holds onto everything, and you can see it has space for all the additional parts that this particular form requires. You get lanyards. Well, not lanyards, but you get like bag hangers with acrylic charms. Kind of nice. Nothing I haven't seen at a con, but, you know, kind of nice. And then you get a really nice outer slip cover, too, if you want that. It's a weird package. It's a really weird package. It's also worth noting that this also does come with sticker sets in order to, like, toyify them if you really want. There's a shot of the backpack they come with. It's a lot. It's a lot in this set. But really, if I remember right, this really is just an alternate box. See, some limited, let's see. Regular Reese's Studio Series Constructicons. Okay, so this is different than the previous one that we saw that's in the suitcase. This is just a simple box set of all 6. Okay, fair enough. I thought this was the previous set, so I didn't read ahead of the story. That's my fault. That's my fault. Interesting set, though. I mean, at least Hasbro has stated that, at least domestically, they're going to wait a couple years before they multi-pack any of the combiners, just to make sure no one feels like they got gypped. But, you know, if you're in China, great way of getting all 6 at once. So, over at the... hang on, let me get this right. Make sure I got this right. Transformers 4K Project Facebook group. So, along with Transformers at the Moon, which has acquired all of these old audio recordings of the actual voiceover, the actual dubbing of the cartoon, they've been working together to recreate these scenes. So now on YouTube, you can see scenes from Cosmic Rust, both scenes that were in the original compared to what their storyboards look like, and the original dialogue and how it sounded without any kind of editing. But you can also hear alternate takes. You can hear scenes that were missing. There's a lot. I mean, for you history buffs for Transformers, it's a really nice piece to just kind of familiarize yourself with, like, the behind the scenes stuff. Love when they do stuff like this. Okay, now let's get into the licensee section of the video. There is quite a bit of it this time, and it starts with Blokees Galaxy version Wave 9, entitled Darkest Hour. Which starts with a brand new mold Megatron, who does look really, really cool. Yes, there's a Unicron as well. There's a tiny little planet Unicron. This is not like a specialty big box, nothing. This is in one of the normal size blind boxes. You just get a tiny little Unicron, which is kind of great. Just have a tiny little Unicron sitting on your desk. You get to see They've also done a Triptychon with an internal figure. That's actually kind of rare. We get Bombshell, we get Thrust, we get, there's a look at all three of the Insecticons together now that all of them are going to be out. Jetfire joins the group. Mirage is getting one. Springer is getting one, which is cool. RC finally joining the cast. Yeah, and then you have this Chase Megatron that's got all the battle damage from the movie and is in the midst of being reformatted into Galvatron, which makes the weapons in this battle stance make no sense whatsoever. But yeah, they have previously done a chase figure of a dying Optimus Prime, which makes even less sense because that's not how he died. Point being, they make an interesting 2-pack if you have them both. Oh, look at Triptychon squaring off with Metroplex. I love that. Oh, what that shot. Oh, why that shot. It is a fun set. It's a fun set, and it scratches itches that I really like having large-scale characters like Unicron and Triptychon at a little desktop size. I mean, they can't transform, but if I just want a cute little, little mini version of Triptychon standing on my desk, and I bought a third party for it, you got an option now. Just cool to see that the city bots aren't going to be left out of the whole Blokees experience, right? Also up from Blokees, we're going to look at their Defender versions. These are the smaller ones when they are going into the Beast Wars. Here's Optimus Primal looking pretty good. Twin shoulder cannons and all. We have Megatron to compete with him. Obviously, we do. They've taken some liberties with his tail arm, but, it still looks okay. There's Cheetor. There's beast modes for Megatron and Optimus Primal. Also really cool to see. We have the next two Combaticons, Blastoff and Vortex, as they continue to create the combiner sets. And here you go. They're using prototype parts. This is not done or officially released yet, but just like the Devastator set, they are going to be releasing extra parts to where you can combine all of the vehicle Blokees in Defender to create Bruticus, which is a nice stand-in for either size of Blokey that you have. So it's a kind of cool incentive. It's kind of cool they figured out how to do combiners in these guys too. Oh, I see what you did. You've read the Skybound books. There you go. Starscream's Brigade ready to go. We're getting a Perceptor in this tiny scale as well. There's him with Ultra Magnus. Astro Train. I've got a friend out there. I know she's going to want that Astro Train because of the cute little Astro Train. Shatterglass Rodimus. Always a fun one to see. We're rounding out the Dinobots with a Beast Mode Snarl. Yeah, that's a nice set altogether. There's quite a bit going on. Okay, so do we have chases? Well, Primal and Megatron from Beast Wars both seem to be a little bit rarer than their counterparts. That's actually kind of weird. There are chases listed above, but okay, yeah, special armor type, hidden armor. So it looks like it's them with things like mutant heads, blast effects. Primal gets his swords. So yeah, it's basically just decked out versions of the other ones. Oh, and a bonus little arc. I assume that is if you buy the full box. Oh, there's the Primal and his mutant head. Oh, that's what it is. Megatron gets the Megatron gets his safari gun too. That's cool. That's a cool reference. You don't see that one thrown in very often. Yeah, Blokees just does nice work. If you just want little miniatures, they do really nice work. But speaking of Optimus Primal, Yolopark has an update on theirs. There's a video showing the behind-the-scenes process of fine-tuning the toy and getting everything right before its final production release. So if you want a little bit of behind the scenes on what Yolopark does to get their toys out, there you go. There is a video up that you can watch. Obviously can't play it here. Take my word for it. It's over on TFW 2005 if you want it. But we will take a look at their new offering as well. So they have other videos up, which is focused on their AMK Mini G1 Wave 3, which includes Orion packs with a Matrix, which is not how this works. Again, these are also videos, so we will not be taking a look at them here, but you can go to TFW and take a look at the embeds so you can get a good look for yourself. You got a movie Optimus Prime and Megatron, Cyberverse, Bumblebee, Orion Pax, Ironhide. Not a bad set to go for. A lot of variety in that one. eHobby is back with their plastic collectible cards. It's Wave 17. Let's see who we got. We got Brainstorm and Mind Wipe. I love these. Like, I don't have any of them. I wouldn't collect them, but like a binder full of them would actually look pretty cool at this point. There's so many out there now. And they go with such weird choices too. These are about due. These two are about due, so that's not weird. Vector Prime and Galaxy Convoy from Galaxy Force. That is a little bit weirder, though obviously I'm not going to object to seeing a little bit more Galaxy Convoy. So I'd like to see them thrown in. Okay, now here we do get a little bit weird. So Landmine and Skullgrin. We're getting more Pretenders. So it's cool to see anything Pretender. You leave it to eHobby to remember the weird stuff. And then we go to the more extensive. So we have Getaway and we have Metal Hawk. Actually, was that Getaway? Hang on. Lightfoot. Okay, let's be very specific. That is Lightfoot. Don't want to get it wrong now. Yeah, but point being, we are getting a good mix here. So really, really cool to see those are continuing. There's no sign of stopping. Just like eHobby just loves producing these things. They are also working their magic with the acrylic charms again. So we've got a set of aerial bots, both separated and combined. We've got Ultra Magnus and Sideswipe with his jetpack that he actually gets to use in this shot. We have Stunticons and a Menasor as well. So really, really nice. And the artwork's really, really good on these too. Obviously for the domestic collector, i.e. The ones in the US or let's say the ones not in Japan. In fact, let's just completely flip my entire meaning around and say the domestic collector in Japan, because that's the audience meant for these. This is going to be cool for them, but for most of us who have conventions to go to and see artist alleys, we see things like this all the time. So we're not missing out on a huge thing here. You can get a local artist to make you some of this stuff that's really, really nice looking. Yeah, shout out to my friends at Darwin Rose Studio who do a lot of this work. Go look them up. Now, for something a little bit weirder, here's Wave 2 of Takara's miniature packaging collection, which I keep seeing that these may or may not actually have like little micro toys inside. I'm waiting for someone to be brave enough to just rip one open for me. But Rodimus Prime, Ultra Magnus, all looking good. The outside is just cardboard, by the way, so I don't expect these to hold up over like long-term use as a keychain or anything. Metroplex looking really good. Starscream, Cyclonus. I really like how the boxes are mixed between like year 1 and year 3. Give some sort of variety in there. Soundwave as well. Yeah, that's a really good set. These are brand new. They got plenty of room to get these out, and there's still plenty to go. Yeah, these are a little Gashapon release, and yeah, if you got a Gashapon machine, 300 yen burning a hole in your pocket, give it a shot. Never know what you're gonna get. And yeah, someone rip one open. I want to know if there really is anything inside them. And now here's a weird one. So this is weird because it is a cereal promotion with Transformers and Cookie Crisp from Nestle. And the idea is that you can cut out the back of the box and have little paper craft versions of some characters. So we have Elita 1 here as well. We have Optimus Prime, and we have Bumblebee. Now, this has so far only been released in Greece. So, for most people watching me, I don't know how much of an audience I have in Greece, but I guess if you live in Greece, heads up, go to your local... Yeah. But for the rest of the world, they do provide just these big sheets online. Not to promote the piracy of cereal boxes. But if you have index card stock for your printer, you can literally just print these out and make your own at home. There's really nothing stopping you from that. But that's going to be it for our news roundup for the day. A lot of weird little stories, but, you know, those are always at least interesting to look at. So that's going to be it for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.